Welcome everybody, and today smash that like button. Today we're going back into AMOROUS. I just heard some crackling in my ears. That was disgusting. But today we're back in AMOROUS, and we're going to be playing some games. We got our boys here. We got Ikralu from the Cuck Shack. Definitely got the real one. Isn't that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Definitely him.
The one and only.
Yep. And we have Master Chief. We have Master Chief with us.
No, that's not spelled correctly. Say it. Look at his name again.
Yeah. We have Jaster Chief, the Master Chief's special brother. But yeah. It actually turns out it's Jerome from Halo Wars. Who making Master Chief. So that's good for him. Anyway, before we start, I want to clear up some things from last stream. So last time I made a joke nobody would get, and nobody pointed it out. But the character's name. It's also why I didn't say the character's name, because I couldn't bring myself to do it. The character's name last stream was Trent Farron, and that is the name of one of the main characters in one of my favorite sagas of books, Werewolf. Make of that what you will. The joke is that, spoiler alert, Trent gets turned into a basically werewolf, but not a werewolf. Kind of a werewolf. Like, never mind.
It can't be one or above. It can't be one and all of the above. It has to be.
It's both. It's like against his will, dark magic werewolf, lycanthropy. So that's the joke. The main character was a person who was turned into a werewolf against their will.
Also, speaking of wolves, Dylan, you got hungry like the wolves stuck in my head because of you.
Yes. Lost and Unfound, hungry like the wolf. Got some of that Duran Duran soundtrack. Anyway, today I changed the name again to.
I hate you.
What?
Okay. You know, you didn't change mine. I thought you changed mine. I about stabbed you.
No, I changed the character's name again, and it may be offensive. I'm not really sure, but I got it from a YouTube poop. You're gonna have to look for it. You have to watch the stream to find out what it is. Oh, hang on.
When it goes live.
I have to go to player customization because I have to fix it because it won't work otherwise. So when it loads, there we go. YA there. Ignore the horrible creation that I made. Masculine. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Thank you, JSON effects. Thank you for respecting my pronouns. Anyway, yep. It's great. I got the word from a YouTube poop, so it's great. Everybody will know what that means. But today, my friends, we will be playing through Dustin's storyline. Yeah.
Even though someone probably voted for it 3 times.
This is true.
And they're in said chat right now.
Don't know who that is.
Yeah, it couldn't possibly be you. So, in order to do this, we have to go back home. We have to go home. There we go. Back to the marsupial den. And go to contacts. Call the Club AMOROUS DJ because that makes sense. All right, Dustin. This looks bad. So here we go. Call. Hang on. I just remembered. How does his voice go again?
Something about boots.
I remember it started off.
Ring, click. Hey there, kid. What's up? Is that good? Is that close?
It's close enough.
It's closer.
Going on.
I'm sorry?
I'm sure it'll
I'm sure it'll get better. You'll figure it out, won't we? get there. For now, just roll with it.
Nothing much. I just figured I should give you a call and see if you were still interested in that date. Sure. Honestly, I don't know if you're going to call back. I did get a little handsy at the club, and it ended on an awkward note. Water under the bridge, or yeah, it was a little weird. How do we want to play this?
Just send me a... Yep.
Water under the... I'm going to go with water under the bridge. We're going to try to go all in with this.
All in or none in?
Yep. Life gets in the way sometimes. I understand that pretty well myself. I suppose so. Still, I appreciate... Hang on. I need to control my dyslexia. I suppose so. Still, I appreciate the slack. I thought we hit it off pretty well, all things considered. All units. You know, if you're comfortable with it, I've got tickets to a movie tonight. Oh no, April flashbacks! I thought I had a date when I got them, but well, you saw how that worked out. Okay. Having flashbacks to furry porn. Anyway.
Why? Are you okay?
The second one is yours, if you're free at around 7 p.m. Looks at clock.
My mom wants me home at 8. I don't know if we can do it.
Got time for a quickie? You know, in and out. Well, laughing at my own joke. Well, gotta do sure. Sounds good. Meet you there a little before 7 then? It's a date. See you then. Great. Yeah, anyway, I think that now is the proper time to mention that I watched some 6 episodes of The Cuck Shack. Just saying that name is awful. Which is a podcast by the creator of this game. His name is JSONFX. And by the way, I just have to say to a room full of people that I have a JDAR. I seek out people who are named or go by J. First of all, it was Jay Barino, whose real name is Justin. He runs a gaming channel that does StarCraft and Warcraft and crap. Found him first. His name is Jay Barino. And then it was Jay Naylor, whose actual name is Jay. Also has Nay in his last name, so that that's a double check. Then we have Jay Sonifex, who does also go by Jay. So it's like it's just successively more. Who else am I going to meet that's named Jay? Will my wife go by Jay? What will her name be? Judge? I don't know. Something that you could call Jay.
I could have said any other name, but like...
Judge.
Judge Judy.
Yeah.
Judge Judy, that is your wife now.
Well, Gus, I'd better get ready to be seen in public. Once I'd gotten my usual day stuff out of the way and dug up an outfit, I noticed it was already getting late. Need to manage your time a little better, boy. Fortunately, the movie theater wasn't that far away and the night was warm. One of the other advantages of living in a tropical paradise. So we're probably in Florida. I should mention JSON effects. Oh, go ahead.
I'm hearing a lack of hurricanes, so I don't think it's Florida.
All right, Alabama then. Ooh, that's even worse.
Yeah, that's even worse, especially with the whole Kobe thing.
Yeah. So we're gonna go with South Carolina, the very southern part of it. Yeah. Or
it's not touching it, but the bananas.
Yeah. How about Puerto Rico? Puerto Rico could work. Sorry to offend you, Jared.
No, I don't care. You're accurate.
Yeah. I don't think, and by the way, I don't think that JSONFX nor KBR have ever set foot in a tropical climate, so they probably just have to rely on hurricanes to tell them what's going on.
They ride the hurricanes.
That's actually what the driving scenes are. You're not actually going in a car. It's a hurricane picks you up at your house and takes you to your destination. Okay. It was nearly 7 p.m. by the time I made it to the lobby. A few people were milling about, but none of them looked like Dustin. Maybe he was running late as well. Oh gosh, there's a movie called Outback. It's also Christmas Came Early, and I'm having more April flashbacks. I lingered around the posters, checking out the currently showing movies and pursuing the concessions while I felt a tap on my shoulder. Hey. Didn't say that. Oh, he did. Hey there, you poofta. Sorry I was a little slow. The cleanup is always a pain. Cleanup? Cleanup from what? Cleanup from what? I'm concerned. That's all right. I just got. Sorry.
I don't want to ask that.
That's all right. I just got here a little while ago, and you're the only one with the tickets. Speaking of which, what movie are we seeing? A smile on his face grew as he produced the tickets from his jean pocket and handed me one. Oh, it's the Amazonian Queen. Since the big budget stuff is usually so expensive, they do a few classic movie nights a week. The tickets are a little cheaper, and the movies are much better on the big screen. The Amazonian Queen. What could this be about? Let's do some theories. Welcome to Film Theory. Hello, Internet, and welcome to Film Theory. Today's show is about the Amazonian Queen. Now, what could it be about? What would inspire a tiger with green eyes to take a bird to see this movie? Gotta be honest. Probably nudity. So, you're a movie buff, or so it's going to be black and white? Kind of want to know if it's in black and white.
Yeah,
Sure.
So it's one of those slow black and white ones with actors I haven't heard of? That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good joke. We should kill the author. Just because it's old doesn't make it bad, kid. You gotta remember, these movies were made before any of this became cliche. Well, I'm apparently a kid, so that's kind of concerning. Also, he has an ear piercing. I didn't notice that before. It didn't take much for me to bite my lip about this. I wasn't the biggest fan of old movies, but the downcast looks and the protracted silences cued me in. This was important to Dustin. This is what you don't get in 50 Shades of Grey. You don't get to understand Christian Grey as a character. That's why you turn to Amorous, and there he is. He's right there. He likes movies. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he likes classic movies. He likes the Amazonian Queen from 1969. Speaking of old movies, I watched Schindler's List, and now I want to kill myself.
Congratulations.
Yes. I doubt either of you know what that is. Good. It's on Netflix, so you could watch it. Anyway, despite wanting to say something, Dustin cut me off before I could speak. Let's just grab a snack before the movie, kid. Who is this guy, my sergeant? Why does he keep calling me kid? Come on, Master Chief.
I heard that joke.
Dustin walked up to the Sorry?
What if he is your daddy?
No. Yeah, I don't want him to. I don't want him to be my daddy.
Strangling you Tuesday. Remember this state. Remember that statement. I won't. Oh my. Okay.
Hey guys, do you think that we're gonna see Noah? Because Noah works at Regal.
Oh. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's a joke. Because Noah works at Regal.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're gonna see Noah here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta at him. Quick, somebody at him and tell him that he's in Amorous.
Amorous. What's an Amorous? Look it up. What's an Amorous? Look it up.
Oh, I think he knows what it is. Dustin walked up to the counter as I followed behind. He glanced over the menu before looking over his shoulder back at me. What you buying? Oh, frick, it's not... Oh, the game is, like, crashing. Oh, shoot! Oh my gosh! It's Noah, everybody. It's Noah's persona. It's a big dragon.
Oh, hello.
So I'm the only one that doesn't get to see it until later. Okay.
Yeah. Somebody send him a screenshot.
I think I want to know. Is he black?
Look. No.
No, it's here and he's black.
So, cryptic. How are we gonna like? How are we gonna do cryptic? I can't really do a Noah voice because Noah doesn't really have a voice.
Noah doesn't have a voice.
I could do like Clerk from Shogo.
How does that sound?
Can I help you? Something like that.
No, I'm gonna get annoyed very quickly.
All right, I'm gonna do Cody's voice.
I'll end you.
Oh, I couldn't pull that off without sounding offensive at least 3 times.
Can't hurt you.
Do the Emperor. I'm gonna do the Emperor. Here we go.
The Emperor.
That reminds me. Somebody was actually in the stream chat of last stream. Yeah.
I didn't want to respond. Scared.
You're scared that you're gonna out yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did I say I was gonna do?
You're all on
Emperor.
Do the Emperor.
Okay, do it. Do it. Have you ever heard the tale of Darth Plagueis the Gay? Plagueis.
Who says plagiarism? That's like plagiarism, but like, it's when you're getting reported for plagiarism, so you change plagueis to plagiarist.
The new Galactic Empire. Yeah, there we go. Oh no, he muted himself. Genius. Good job. Good job, Akralu. You're a really terrible guest. You're not even telling us any of the weed stories that you told Jason effects. Anyway. Can I help you? That's a good one. That's good. That's good. It's definitely not bad. It's better than The Emperor and Rise of Skywalker.
I'll end you. Like, death.
Uh,
Anyway, continue.
I don't know. I actually like The Rise of Skywalker. Anyway, I'll have a medium popcorn myself, and I'm covering the kid here. He motioned back towards me half-heartedly and stepped aside. F. What can I get for you? This is terrible.
Continue.
Large single popcorn, large combo, or ask Dustin. To be honest,
Just do the combo.
yeah, that's a good idea. But to be honest, if we're going to do the submissive thing, we should probably ask him to choose.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
All right, let's. Why don't you pick something, Dustin? I'm always pretty indecisive. I thought it said indicative for a second, and I don't understand why. Can't make up your own mind, kid. I don't get why he's calling me kid now. Did he call me kid last time when we met him?
I think. I don't know, it's been so long.
I could feel the blood rushing to my cheeks as I stood there stammering for a moment. What's the matter? Can't choose the position. Anyway, I just thought that maybe I haven't been doing so well so far, and maybe you should take charge. You're a little better equipped after all. The double entendres are strong with this one.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So. Oh no! What did you do? What did you do?
Breaking things.
I hacked the game.
Hi.
You.
You what?
I just deleted you.
Okay. That predatory smile from the club spread from his lips as he leaned over to me, running a claw under my chin. It's great. He's talking about better equipment. Better equipped, huh? Guess there was more of a reason than I thought to ask you out tonight. Let's not go there. Don't make me do this. His voice was just above a whisper, velvety soft and with just a hint of menace. I could feel my skin tingle as that claw slipped from my chin and he waved down the clerk. Clerk's just standing there like,
I'm happy.
what's going on? Although, to be fair, according to Jasonifix, this is apparently just normal. The furry fandom is apparently just a bunch of sex-crazed maniacs. I mean, they went to a party and everybody was in their underwear. It's like,
What?
yeah, it's in episode 3. They went to a party and everybody was in their underwear. It's great.
Cool.
And just watch it.
No.
It's funny. It's funny.
Greg said he's not gonna watch it, but watch. Now we're gonna turn around. He's gonna start watching it. He's gonna talk about it.
If I'm gonna watch that podcast, I have to watch with all you guys.
You have to watch what?
A podcast.
We all-
I'm gonna watch
We all
that. I have
have
to
to
watch
watch it together.
a podcast about a podcast.
That would be pretty good. Just reacting to everything that they say. Okay.
I'll be
Made up your minds. There we go. That's a good Emperor voice. Oh. Yep. 1 giant popcorn and 2 sodas. Can't share everything after all. What kind of soda do you think they're getting? Do you think they're getting a Coke? Dr. Pepper? A&W?
Mr. Pibb.
They're getting Mug, because, you know, the mascot's a pit bull. Is it a pit bull? I don't know how dogs work. What?
Look it up.
What?
Get off of
Yeah.
it.
Jared, just stop trying.
Okay. Wait.
You can also get
Go.
Hey, let me get a mug. Hey, wait. Okay. Anyway. Suppose not. Let me grab those for you. It's a great Emperor voice, honestly. I think I should send this to Noah and ask him to put it in his next his next music rewind, just as like the beat. As the beat, just ha ha. Just that as the beat. Oh, it's getting there. Once the clerk left, I felt Dustin's hand on my hip, squeezing firmly. He loomed over me, those fangs flashing just a little in the light. I hate it. Just be careful when we get in there, kid. You never know what might happen in the dark. That reminds me, there's a clip. There's a clip in an internet historian video where that he's talking about the Reddit war with Instagram. And it's just, he says, what are Redditors going to do on a Friday night? And it's some guy going in a movie theater and he says, I'm gonna hop in there and masturbate. You never know what might happen in the dark. It's genius. Further April flashbacks. My body trembled under his touch, and as I exhaled to try to keep my heart from racing, he turned back towards the counter. Here you are. Would that be all? Yeah, thanks. Enjoy the movie then. Oh no! Oh no, it's just his head. I've heard of these bugs. It's just his head.
It's just Dustin's head.
It's just his head. There's no body.
Well, hey, that gets rid of like half your problem.
Yeah, he can't squeeze my ass. It's like that picture of the guy is sobbing, please don't eat my ass, spirits, but it's please don't squeeze my ass, Dustin. Oh, I'm sure we will. Dustin brushed his paw against my hip, nudging me in the direction of the theater as his eyes darted down to my backside. I had the feeling something more than a movie was going to go on behind those doors. Oh no, what's going to go down to prevent the sexy times?
Nothing.
Cast your votes now. The two of us made our way through the small crowd into the theater. Dustin had already chosen the seats with the best view and led me through the crowds. Oh yeah, 8th row, middle, just straight on looking. Aside from the rowdy teenagers a row or so ahead of us, it was nice. The darkened room was crazy, and knowing Dustin was right next to me was comforting. I'm sure it was. Honestly, if this man was next to me, I would feel really threatened.
I'm in danger.
Chuckles, I'm in danger. Oh, it's chugging along. It's loading. I think it's loading a new background.
I'm back again.
Oh, okay. Well, we are in the movie theater now, and I can immediately see there's a reindeer in the audience.
Oh.
Like a moose or a reindeer, I don't know. Oh, Wolfie Nail! Anyway, the house lights rose slightly, casting a soft glow about the crowd. Above us, a familiar voice came over the PA.
Will the man in the trench coat please stop jostling it?
That was supposed to be a masturbation joke, everyone. I'll be here all night. Oh, it's cryptic.
We're silently snickering. Snickering, that's the right word.
Snickersing.
Snickersing.
Thank you all for coming to the evening showing of the 50s classic movie, The Amazonian Queen.
Even in the dim light, I could see Dustin's face plastered with a grin. His hand rushed over mine for a moment, giving it a gentle squeeze as he beamed an excited smile in my direction. This is describing me going to see Zootopia for the second time. By the way, Zootopia and Rise of Skywalker are the only movies that I have seen in the theater twice.
Well, okay, I've seen Rise of Skywalker twice, I understand that, but Zootopia?
I don't know.
Come on, Dylan.
It's weird. That was 3 years ago, so...
Accompanying the movie...
Yeah. It was 3 years ago! It came out in 2016! What?
You're a whole different person after seeing it twice.
Yeah. That was the beginning of high school. Holy crap.
Accompanying the movie will be our house organist to better preserve the same experience as the movie's release. Because of this, we ask you to turn off all cell phones and other electronic devices. For your safety, be aware of the exits to either side of the screen in the case of emergency, and please keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the car at all times. Now relax and enjoy one of the early cinematic classics, The Amazonian Queen.
Yeah?
The view is horrible. Look at all the people.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you got Wolfie Nail taking up like at least 10% of the screen. A reindeer over on the right side is taking a day off. I mean, Christmas came early. That's what the poster said. So I guess he got New Year's off or something. I got a bull man, just kind of taking up the right side of the screen. That's bull. So we got a cat lady straight out of Cats. Maybe it's Jennifer Aniston. I don't know. And then we have the other one that I don't have a joke for. Maybe it's Roxas. I don't know. Anyway, a flurry of clapping rose from the audience as the house lights dimmed once more. As the film started up on the screen, the dull glow of a phone and some scattered snickering drew my attention to the row in front of us. Oh no, it's them teenagers! Those darn teenagers at it again! Zoomers. Oh, there's gonna be some kind of prank, isn't it? They're gonna like blow up the screen or something. It's oh. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Have you been to a college campus? Yep. Yep. And I can either teach you gun safety or take your money. You choose. 99% of them will give you their money. I think they're gonna pull that thing that one guy did in traffic where he streamed like Pornhub onto the billboard.
What?
You haven't seen that meme?
I haven't. That sounds funny.
Yeah.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah. The movie opened on a man sitting on a dock by the river, a small riverboat bobbing in the water nearby. The shadow of a figure passes over him, and a woman in far more elegant dress stands behind him. Dustin leaned in to whisper in my ear, "This is actually Avatar 2. That's Daisy Smith. She's a mission.
You mean like James Cameron Avatar 2 or like?
Yeah, James Cameron Avatar 2. Yeah. By the way, Navi are just personas for normies. Changed my mind.
No. No.
That's Daisy Smith. She's a missionary in South America, and she was separated from the rest of the group when they discovered plans to attack a major military base held by the good guys. No spoilers, or cuddle up to him and listen. Cuddle up.
Nothing.
Gotta cuddle up.
Yeah, cuddle up. Yeah.
Despite him pretty much explaining what's on the screen already, it's kind of fun to hear him tell me about it. That, and it gives me an excuse to get closer to him. Once the woman had secured passage on the boat, and the man is unaware if she carries important information for the Allied forces. Allied forces? Sir, I don't think there is a war. When did they fight a war in South America?
Capital Allied, so this is definitely a war.
What?
Allied is capitalized, so this is an important thing. This is a serious war.
This is World War III. After everybody got drafted and sent to Iran, Brazil declared war on America, and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna take Panama." And the America's like, "We don't even control Panama." And Brazil says, "How about I do anyway?" The two of them find they are extremely incompatible. Oh.
Now, he's specifically in the jungle to try and stay out of the conflict. He lost his father to the previous war and hid away in the Amazon to avoid the draft, so he doesn't want any part of what she's doing.
Ah, so it is true. Lost his father in World War II. Now he's drafted in. Now he's not getting out of the draft of World War III. Or this could just be like a completely different history, but they have America, so it's probably the same. As the journey goes on, the two of them begin to rub each other the wrong way more frequently. This is the setup to a bad porno. He's snapping at her, and she's hiding away in the cramped cabin, trying desperately to keep her courage up. The snickering from the teenagers in front of us spiked at the sight of the woman falling face first into the dirty cot she's been given to sleep on. Dustin's eyes narrowed at the distraction. Oh, he's going to get angry when they start pranking the audience.
Once they pull out those guns, he's gonna be real angry.
Once they pull out those guns, he's gonna be like, "That's it."
They pull out guns, and Justin just gets up and it's like, "Put the guns away, I'm trying to enjoy the movie."
Yeah.
I want to enjoy my movie.
Take the ski masks off and deactivate that C4.
And sit back down. Some of us are trying to enjoy the movie.
Terrorism on your own.
Terrorism on your own time, not my time.
Yeah. It's an increase in time wasted per second. Okay. Yell at them or just ignore them.
Just ignore them.
Yeah, we're gonna let Dustin handle this.
Boy.
Just ignore them, Dustin. It's not worth ruining the movie. Oh my gosh, artwork! Okay. As time passes, the two of them begin to enter a part of the jungle that's under the control of the bad guys. What, the Soviets? Who's fighting in World War III? Soviet South America?
Yeah, Soviet South America, backed by Iran.
Venezuela took over. Sorry?
The Red Army.
The Red Army.
Avoiding gunfire, shells, and attempts to board the small boat, the man loses the woman when she is captured by enemy forces.
She's dead.
This is the part where you run away. This is the part where he realizes that staying neutral was just letting the other side win. Losing Daisy was like losing his father all over again, and he realizes he has to do something.
Switzerland.exe has stopped working. Alone on the boat, the man is just about to leave the checkpoint when we see him ball a fist and sock the guard right in the face. He heads deeper into the jungle to the bad guy's bunker and waits in the pouring rain for a chance to slip inside. It's at that point that the teens burst into laughter. Met with a few shushes from the other theater goers nearby, they simply mock them back and keep laughing. Reprimand them or try to ignore them.
Try to ignore them.
Yeah.
No need to cause a scene.
I tried to ignore them, cuddling up more with Dustin. Ooh. When a fortunate explosion on screen managed to quiet them enough to pay attention to the movie again. They're watching my stream. You see, they're watching my stream of Amorous, and that's why they're laughing. They're laughing at my incompetence. Setting the bunker's ammo piles on fire provides enough of a distraction for the two of them to escape. As they rush back to the boat, she notices the blood on the side of his shirt and looks to see his pained face. Oh, of course. Saving her gave him some small closure for not being old enough to save his father, and she sees that the rough and tumble man really does have a heart of gold. Back on the boat, she tends to his wounds. It's touch and go for a while as she learns to run the ship while keeping him in bed. Necessity keeps him civil, but as time passes, they find it easier and easier. With only moments left to reach the command base before the attack, the two of them do everything they can to lighten the load and speed of the ship. We watch as she throws her luggage overboard, leaving the tattered dress she wears as her only possession. I love this part. Her sacrifice only further confirms his feelings towards her. He couldn't be bothered to get involved when the world was on fire around him, but her determination is enough to draw him out of that shell and drive him to action. It's worthy of Spielberg, okay? It's perfect. It's a Chris Nolan flick. It's got twists and turns and characters that you really care about, and it's amazing. It's great. It's like Tarantino, Chris Nolan, and Spielberg just all came together, and then they got like Bungie in on it, and they made a movie. Bungie for the gameplay.
They got someone who's very known in the game industry to make a movie.
I mean, yeah. And then they got Weta that made the Lord of the Rings, like Peter Jackson's production. What?
Never mind.
They got Peter Jackson's production company, and they all just collaborated on it. They finally reached the command post, rushing in past the guards to relay the information in the nick of time. Lysander sends his men out to arrest the traitors and guard the perimeter. In the meantime, the two of them collapse in their medical tent. It's their THIER hands falling into each other's before they fall asleep. Aww. Teenagers are at it again, making kissy noises and laughing uproariously. Honestly, isn't that what we're doing?
No.
We're laughing at this game.
We're doing it in the privacy of our homes.
This is true, but we're also streaming it.
That's also true.
But then again, nobody watches this.
That's also true.
I mean, one watching now. That's probably me.
I'm sorry?
There's one viewer watching on YouTube.
Ah. Okay. So that's it, or just ignore them?
Laugh then.
No.
I kind of. Go ahead.
What were you? I'll go off what you say.
I kind of want Dustin to handle this. I want my man to do this for me.
Yeah, do.
Yeah.
Do the ignore.
By the way, I just remembered something. I want to reiterate from last time that I think that it's terrible to give your boyfriend flowers, because there's no better way to tell your boyfriend that you think of them as a girl than to give them flowers.
You're really hard on to this.
I do not like that idea. If I was gay and I got flowers, I would be like, what the fuck, man?
Pretty sure you are gay. You just don't openly admit it.
I'm not. I'm so straight I don't even play this game. This is my brother. Huh?
This is my brother.
It's actually Jared controlling everything.
Oh no.
So I'm going to ignore them and have Dustin. As I feel Dustin start to stand, I squeeze his arm and shake my head. And just ignore them. The movie is almost over. Don't let them ruin it. Oh no. Begrudgingly, he settled back into his seat. Oh, we didn't get any sexy times. That's unfortunate. With the conflict... Sorry?
That's those damn teenagers.
Yeah. With the conflict won in the region, the woman begs the man not to return to the river. He is hesitant, but a kiss on the cheek from the woman draws him close. The two of them embrace, and with a final passionate kiss, the movie comes to a close. Applause rolled through the theater, many people standing up in their seats. Dustin and I worked our way through the crowd and back out into the lobby. The lobby is bustling as people chat about the movie, plans for afterward, and just stretch after being in the theater seating for so long. That didn't really seem like a very long movie. It was like an hour. It's an hour 40 minutes. So the minimum is 40 minutes, so it's like an hour long. It's from the 50s, so I don't think people had like time back then. So
They didn't have time.
Time didn't exist.
yeah, exactly. They invented it in like 69. So
Yeah, like when they invented color, we were just in black and white before color was invented.
right, and when they invented time in 1969, they had to have something to track the spaceship. So, what did you think of the movie? Loved it. It was good, or not my thing.
Loved it.
Gotta
Appeal to him.
do that. It was amazing. I mean, I can see what you mean about it, crafting the cliches, but you could tell it was authentic by where it was coming from. I know. I mean, it's cliche now, but back then they were really playing with the medium. It was all new and amazing back then. I thought I didn't want you to spoiler it for me, but that dialogue really added some more depth to the movie for me. Thanks for indulging me. I love talking about movies, and that one in particular. There's just so many more layers to it than you think possible. Movies have layers. Ogres have layers, like onions. I mean, movies. This is the level we've descended to. We're making Shrek jokes. It just sucks that those kids kept acting up. It ruined the movie for me. Well, they're right over there. Do you want to beat them up?
Not the time.
I just didn't see the point of making a scene. They clearly weren't about to stop regardless. Believe me, I could have gotten them to shut up. I can be very persuasive.
Not in a good way.
No doubt there. Slaps ass. Ooh.
Nothing.
Oh no.
You
Nothing.
don't know if these teams, they might say harder.
One of them is literally just Filthy Frank. Nothing gets people to quiet down faster than a big, burly lion only inches away from them. To emphasize the point, he stood a hair... What?
I said, oh no.
To emphasize the point, he stood a hair's breadth away from me. I could feel the warmth radiating off him, and my knees weakened a little. Pleased with my reaction, he stepped back enough to give me some breathing room and ran a paw through his mane. What now? Or guess I should head home.
What now?
Yeah, we gotta continue the date.
Yeah.
Standing there in silence for a moment, I finally piped up. I had a good time, Dustin. Did you want to grab some proper food or maybe take a walk? I think we should head back to my place. We could have a couple of drinks and maybe get to know each other in a more intimate setting. I could feel a smiley, tickling at the ticking the edges of my mouth as I strode up closer to him. This is like, honestly, this is less than what Zenith was, and it's still awful. Sounds like a great idea. Lead the way. Also, I changed the names of the previous episodes to be jokes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Really? Out of the blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
We chatted for a bit about other things. His job, at Man's Best Friend. My lack of one. Small talk mostly, but it was nice to get to know him a little better. That's why you need to steam the milk for just a little bit. Otherwise, you've got a big clotted clump of butter and a pissed off yuppie. The hell's a yuppie? What's that? It's like a popular? Did that ever happen to you? Ha! How do you think I know what happens? The lobby of the apartment building was completely empty, and Dustin pointed towards the elevators on the far wall. As we both got in, our conversation picked back up. I know it sounds good to be home all day, but with my social butterfly brother and my lack of desire to go back to my childhood chore list, I've been bored out of my skull. I'll bet. You grew up for a reason, after all. Last thing you want to do is relive your childhood. Well, the mediocre parts of it, anyway. I just have to say right now that in Better Days, the main character, the MC, Fisk Black, loses his virginity at 10. Perhaps this is what Dustin is referring to? The not mediocre parts?
I mean, who wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah. It's a pretty odd plot point, because then the police raid the guy's house. Wait a minute, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
He does it with another 10-year-old girl, and it's a confusing plot line. Just go read the story. Never mind. Shut up. I'm out. The elevator dinged, and we walked a few steps out into the hall before he motioned towards a door. Honestly, I think I'm lucky that I ran into Jay Naylor first, because based on what Jasonifex said in all his podcasts, I don't know about this whole thing anymore. Here's my place. Come on in. Oh my gosh! It's Seth's house. It's literally Seth's house.
He broke into Seth's house and said, what? Seth's gonna come in like, say what?
I thought we were a thing. Who's this guy? Why'd you bring him to my house?
He was fucking a Seth and figured out that he could do it together.
Oh no, polyamory can be difficult though.
Oh no.
It was one of those simple upper floor plans, spacious with big windows to look out over the city. Sky and one of the other ones get their own unique bedrooms. Why doesn't this one?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, he killed Seth and took his room. That's why he had to clean up.
Oh, that's why they can't
Yep, that's what happened. He killed Seth and had to clean up the body.
jealous.
Oh, there you go. That's the truth. I could see the sparkling lights of the streets and the other buildings against the night sky. Oh?
And they got started. Okay.
What? Anyway, a brief Discord check in the middle of this. You could still tell it was a swinging bachelor pad with its leather couch and lack of dining room table, but it was certainly comfortable. That is, except for the familiar parrot seated in one of the chairs. Ooh.
We need to talk about the parrot.
We do?
What kind of parrot is this? Is this just an animal parrot? Because I'm sure there's a straight up human parrot. Okay.
Yeah. It's very off.
I didn't. Okay.
Guessing
It's
it.
just like an animal.
No, it's parrot. Parrot boy.
Alright, cool.
Ikralu is a griffin.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm a griffin.
Yeah. He said in the stream that Ikralu is from the Navi word for griffin. It's just shortened.
Okay.
And that's where his name came from.
Pretty cool.
It's pretty good. Anyway, guess it didn't take too long. Guess it didn't take long for you to find someone else, huh? You're the one to talk. You're one to talk, Var. Particularly when you send me a picture of you getting railed by 3 other guys. What the hell are you doing breaking into my apartment? First, I didn't break in. I still had a key. Second, it's my father's watch I lent you. I need it back. Lent me? You gave it to me for our first anniversary and didn't say anything about it belonging to your dad. What the fuck, Var? Interesting. Interesting character development. I still need it back. He's been looking for it and he'll have my hide if he thinks I lost it. It's not like you ever wore it anyway. Angry. Just wait right here, Var. I'll get your damn watch and I boxed up your stuff already. You can take it all, leave my key, and get out. Pfft, fine.
Ooh, that's some drama.
Fine. No down off my ass. No down off my ass.
What? What does that even mean?
Feathers.
Oh.
Like no skin off my back. No down off my ass.
Right.
Then you can get back to diddling your little fuck toy here, I suppose. Genius. Character rating. Dustin stepped into the bedroom, his eyes narrowed and his nostrils flaring. This guy knew all too well how to get under his fur. swear to fucking God, I'm gonna buy a zoot and show up to the Jasonifex's house and punch him in the face.
This is what you've created.
Yeah.
So you're the latest conquest, huh? Saw you talking to him at the club.
Ignore him or engage him. I feel like ignoring him because I don't like this guy.
Ignoring can be funny. If you were just sitting alone in this room, and then you're just like looking at a wall next to you.
Yeah, ignore. Despite wanting to say something, I kept my mouth shut. I didn't want to get Dustin into any more trouble, and this guy definitely wasn't worth it.
You're looking at the TV that's on right now. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Lion got your tongue.
I want to die.
Aha, smartest move you could make. I got Dustin wrapped around my finger. You might think you've got something, but I can get him back in a moment if I wanted.
They missed out using got him wrapped up on
My talon.
Yeah. That's better.
I took a short breath, just looking in the direction of the bedroom door and trying to tune him out. He's just staring at the door. Fuck. This is bad.
You think this is the first time we've had a blow up like this? Last time the sex was mind-blowing.
He fucked me so hard I couldn't walk for a week. Just stayed here in his bed while he pampered me and then plowed me every night. Well... You know, it really says something about the furry fandom when when some of the first words out of the first podcast that you're doing have to do with sex. And honestly, if you keep putting things like this in your games, why even? Why?
I mean,
Why, my emperor?
that's the furries are just the whole furry community is.
Look.
They want it.
I came into the furry community thinking it was just a bunch of people trying to be themselves, and they did so in a fucking weird way, and that this sexy stuff was just like a minor fringe of people, but Jasonifex is claiming that it's all of them. He said that if you take the sexy times out of the fandom, it's nothing.
This is the reality.
Is this the life now? Am I going to get a comment on this video from Jasonifex saying, yeah, that's right? Jasonifex, if you're watching this, don't. Stop here. You don't need to watch anymore. This is my mental breakdown. I've watched your cuck shack and it made me cry. Laughing. I watched it while I painted Warhammer dudes and I want to die. Every time I look at one of them, I can only think of Kamer.
Please don't die.
Can you make the balls just a little bit bigger? That's what Kralu said to the person who drew his persona. He said that to them. It was getting considerably more difficult to ignore the parrot's smirking face. So it doesn't matter what you think you've got. He's just going to drop you off on the curb the instant you bore him. I turned back to him, my fingers tensing as Dustin walked back into the room. Alright, Var, here's your shit and that watch. Now there's the door. See yourself out and leave the key. With one last smirk in my direction, the parrot set the key dramatically on the coffee table and grabbed his box. Just like a gaily flamboyant put down.
Have fun, you two. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
That would be a very short list of things he wouldn't do. Dustin slammed the door behind his ex and slumped against it. Is this how life works?
Sorry about that. That guy is a force of nature. Can't believe we stayed together for so long.
Running into Dustin's ex, even if it was the first official time, had been far from a pleasant experience. From Dustin's sagging shoulder and distant look, I could tell it was rough on him, too.
I didn't mean for this to happen a second time, but maybe we should end the night here. Arguing with Bar about this, his bullshit was always a major mood killer, even when we were dating.
So this is going to be a problem. I understand, or... Aw, come on.
Addressing sex will make you feel better. Come on.
Aw, come on. First at the club and now this? I can only take so much teasing. Well, you know the old joke about sadist and masochist, kid. The masochist says, fuck me's rough, and the sadist says no. Okay. My cheeks flushed again as Dustin stepped in close to me and ran his paw along my head. I'm going to include that as a quote in the StarCraft campaign I'm making. Just a
Which one?
the sadist and masochist thing.
Okay.
It's just going to be... the campaign is just going to have like thousands of direct references to this game and JSON effects.
Literally just in the middle of the mission, stats.
Yeah, just... You know what they say, all toasters toast. And the masochists say... Just imagine how pent up we'll be when we meet up next. I'll make you explode.
I wish I could unhear that.
This is Dylan ASMR, making you wish you were dead since 2019.
2020 though.
Yeah. I quivered under his grasp, my lips parting into a soft whine as he pulled me close to that firm body and bathed me in his scent. Shuddering, I barely noticed when he stepped back, arms crossed. Can I just say again that this is the same writer as Seth?
Well, aren't they all the same writer?
No,
Oh, it's different.
there are multiple writers.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Now, head on home, enjoy those dreams about me, and give me a call tomorrow when you're ready to make 'em real. I nodded profusely, smiling at the thought before I showed myself out. Cool. In the cool night air, the anticipation just kept gnawing at me. The thought of feeling Dustin over me, him throwing me on the bed and having his way with me. I was giddy and walking awkward by the time I got home. It was silent when I got home. Kobe was likely still out, and the lights were all off. Sitting in the dark, I considered what I was going to do with the rest of my evening, besides a cold shower. Know what time it is, right? It's time to go to the AMOROUS wiki. I need to know how many dates does he have? Say it has to be 2, right? It has to be 2.
I think they would all have to.
Come on, Dustin. Okay. Male. Romance. Dates. First date. Oh, there's 3. There are 3. There are 3.
Mm.
Oh.
Well, it's funny. I'm listening to some music and now there's like battle music going on, so
Sorry?
there's like battle music going on. I'm listening to it right now. It's gonna be intense.
Oh.
Next time you see that, Dustin.
Alright. It's in the trivia section it says the movie you watch with Dustin, The Amazonian Queen, is a reference to the classic movie called The African Queen. Despite this, the theater screen will display the same image of a man in a car. Wait a minute. The reference to the Man's Best Friend is a reference to a JSON FX comic, Man's Best Friend with Benefits, in which Dustin is also a character. Hang on a minute. Is this on the YIF gallery? I need to find out. And why are they saying that it's a JSON FX comic? It's not. He doesn't do the art. He's not an artist. He's an animator. His wife does the art.
You better correct me then. Contribute to the information of the world that we all need to know that his wife made the comics.
Oh my gosh. It's a book. Man's Best Friend with Benefits. Rough upbringing, a lesson learned, and Christmas came early.
You gonna get it?
No.
You should.
Google Books. It's got 1 star. Yeah, but where is it? How do I find it?
I'm looking up the African Queen, and it's World. That's what it was.
I'm sorry?
World War I is what the African Queen is about. So I can assume that's what the Amazonian cleaners.
Ah, yeah.
Just more trivia.
Well done. Oh. It escalated quickly. Very quickly.
What happened?
Incredibly quickly.
Come on, don't leave me in suspense.
Look it up yourself. Oh, Dustin is a character. No way. Please don't let this happen. Oh, it is happening. It's very bad. It's very, very bad. It's terrible. I dislike it.
I'm mad you're gonna watch the whole thing though.
I'm looking through the whole thing. It's honestly pretty
End of sentence. Good.
odd. It's 30 pages long. Double Trouble isn't 30 pages long. Good God.
Jeez.
It came out in 2016. It's also more of the blatant zoophilia of that Caviar demonstrates constantly, except it's gay.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't read any of the dialogue, thank goodness, but
I'm sure the images told that story.
they sure did. It has to be seen to be believed. Alright, Dustin, you dog fucker. Let's talk to him.
Oh god.
And you know what? I can't even to that. I know the people. It's not interesting anymore. It's not interesting anymore. Exciting would probably be a better word, but then you would obviously know what I mean. Anyway, I told myself it had been long enough since the last date, regardless of how true that really was. It has been about 10 minutes.
Take a power nap and we're ready.
Yeah. Hey! You just missed. You just missed. The best thing ever.
I'm concerned.
You just missed man's best friends with benefits.
Ow.
Yeah. It's a comic.
Yeah, I'll see it later. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Ring,
Too.
ring, ring.
Bro,
Click. That's a good one. Hey, ya poofta. Sorry, I was a little bit busy. It didn't take much for me to realize that what was keeping him busy when I heard Veroth's voice over the phone. Hat your toy, Dust. Even just hearing his voice was enough to set me on edge. Dustin snarled back, and swiftly the call became little more than muffled shouts and doors being slammed. After a moment, I heard the phone being lifted again and Dustin's voice. Sorry about that. Var's being worse than usual about this. At this point, I think I seriously need a vacation. Thinking you might want to come along, too. There's this great little inlet not too far outside of town. It's more secluded than the main drag and less likely to be choked with tourists, though we could spend more time there. Ask about Var or keep on topic? Honestly, kind of curious about Var, but I'll keep on topic. We're trying to get this man.
You're like, what? And I said I was leaving.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, but you didn't say you were leaving that second.
Dad, did you say that you were gonna leave?
He did say that.
I didn't remember you saying it, except you left so fast.
Yeah, because I had to go do something, but...
All right, English. Where is it? I need to share with you what the name's from, because I Just need you to... There we go. Found it. It's from a YTP. I think it's called Zootopia. Here we go. It'll load. Anyway, this is yep, we could spend more time there. So maybe later. Oops. I just made a mistake. I don't know, maybe another time. Fair enough, kid. I know I've got my hands full here at the moment. Just give me a call back if you change your mind, kid. Oof, I made a mistake. Call him back. Call back.
Oh, just load. Just reload. Reload the last save.
Hey, you poofta. Sorry, I was a little busy. Oi, hops, let's go smoke some drugs.
It didn't take long for you. There's Veroth. Yeah, the toy. Keep on topic. Sounds great. I could use some time away from the house and the job hunt myself. Relaxing on the beach and soaking up sun sounds pretty good right now.
It's a date then. Head over to my place where you get it when you get a chance and buzz me when you're there. Buzz me. Everything's good to go.
Now I'm leaving.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm currently playing with Keandre and them, so
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, I'll have
talk to y'all later.
Yeah, we'll see you then.
You won't have nearly as much fun as this people in the stream though.
Very true.
Oh, what? One viewer who's probably Jared?
This is true.
This is true. Okay, I'm heading out now.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye.
All right. See you then. Sadly, he didn't get much of a goodbye before I heard Var's voice echoing in the background. I swear that bird makes claws on a chalkboard sound pleasant. Regardless, I need to get my things together and head over. A quick side trip later, and I headed out of the suburbs and into the city. True, half the city was a beach, but if Dustin knew a place that was more secluded, that would certainly be a treat. It's a parking garage? The parking lot below Dustin's apartment complex was packed solid with cars. It'd be impossible to figure out which one was his. Fortunately, Dustin strolled out of the elevator and waved me down.
Hey, you poofta. Glad you could make it.
Did you see the screenshot?
Yeah.
Good. It's a pretty good joke, I think.
I mean, I've never heard of that, but
Neither have I.
it all makes sense.
I'm glad I haven't been called a poofta. Anyway,
Let's not calling you Pooka.
shut up. He walked up to me and gave me a brief hug, a smile beaming on his face.
It's good to see you again. I'm really looking forward to relaxing and getting to know you a little better.
His smile turned a little predatory as he glanced around the parking lot.
But first, I got a game I wanted to play. It's called Guess Which One Is Mine.
My brow furrowed and he laughed.
It's just for fun. Which car do you think is mine?
Kind of an odd game, I suppose, but I can humor him. Let's go to the wiki. Amorous wiki.
I hope they all have like animal pun.
Oh no. Okay, Dustin. Okay, second date. It's a pickup truck. Bam. Inconspicuously tucked away towards the back of the lot was an older powder blue pickup truck. It had seen better days. Better days? Interesting. But there was something comfortable about it. It looked like something I could see him in. Maybe that one?
Good call, kid. That's old reliable.
The first car I ever bought with my own cash after I started at the cafe.
Maybe you know me better than I thought.
I did read the wiki. You must really like that pickup considering the amount of work he's likely put into it. Still, it wasn't rickety or anything. Just well-loved and long-lived. Yeah, that machine spirit ought to get overworked. I mean, the suspension on that thing must be amazing. That was a joke. Thanks for coming.
Sorry. Crickets.
Do you need me to explain
Yeah, please.
the suspension? If he's having sex in the car,
Ah,
it's gonna bounce. Probably.
okay, thank you.
Yeah. Do you get it now?
What
Or do I have to demonstrate?
Show me.
No. We're probably going to. Anyway. I mean, that is what the sex scene is. Anyway,
Toss your stuff in the back, kid. We should get going. It's a bit of a drive out to the beach.
Also, that's the only thing on the second date. The second date is 2 sentences.
Wow. Just
Yep.
Here's my car. That's it.
Yep. I nodded and set my bag in the bed of the truck. I noticed he'd already loaded in a couple of folding chairs and a cooler as well as his own things. A black Speedo.
Where I log off.
What?
Channel. Where I log off the video, I'm not that.
A black Speedo peeked out of the rucksack he tossed next to the cooler. Hop in, kid. Hop on, kid. Ooh! I'm on fire today. I will be on fire when they burn me at the stake for being a heretic. The heavy doors of the truck slammed shut as the engine reluctantly revved to life. After a moment's hesitation, a cough of the engine, the truck lurched to life and we were on our way. But we're still in the parking garage for some reason. Nope. Despite a questionable roaring start, the truck's ride was remarkably smooth. Yeah, that's just this machine spirit resisting. Dustin and I chatted about the little things, weather and the like, before settled into a more serious tone. Oh, you know, it's tropical. Haven't had any hurricanes lately. That's nice.
Just a couple earthquakes.
Yeah. in Southern Carolina.
Yeah. Why not? You know, some volcanoes. You know how it is.
Yeah. In Puerto Rico, sorry. Not in South Carolina, in Puerto Rico.
Alright, right.
I wanted to thank you for giving me a reason to get Var out the door quickly. I think I need this getaway badly. I know you dated that guy, but he gets on my nerves. I'm surprised he doesn't drive you crazy more often. Saying it's complicated would be an understatement. Haha. I see you! I see you! I see you! Come back here!
Oh.
Come on, Ethan, pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Pick it up. Pick it up.
The stalking commences.
I'm going to draw him in.
You're doing this real good.
This is also all on stream.
It is. Oh yes.
I don't think he wants to answer because he knows what's happening.
I'll be the side by commentary.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna veer off the special. What?
Go see if he bites.
I mean, I'm hoping he does. Steam will tell me when he texts back. Veer off was special to you, wasn't he? Was now? Huh. Weird to think about it that way. We've been on and off again more than the light switch, but somehow I always wound up right back where I started. Reminds me of that one meme. You mean with him? More than that, everything seemed to just settle back into the same routine. Work, dates, bills. Even old Betsy here would seem to wind up with the same issues again. Talking to Ethan. That's good. That's good. How would you like to ruin your day? Sounds like a rut, or you named your truck. Gotta ask about the truck. Gotta ask about the man's truck.
Yeah.
There are 2 things that you can ask a man about: his truck and about his penis.
I don't know how I... Yeah. No.
He said no thanks. Just put it on in the background for old time's sake. You named your truck?
You have to explain to him just how would you like to read it. He knew.
Yeah. You named your truck Betsy? Yep, first girl I dated in high school. Awkward, cumbersome, needed a bunch of maintenance. Just like the name, it just seemed like the name was a perfect fit.
Okay.
Yeah. See, sorry.
I don't know her too well, but high school relationships, I believe it.
And don't take any offense to that. I did not mean it at all. It's just a joke. It's just Brittany. That was a joke too. I'll be here all night.
They're driving over here to your house right now. You don't even know you're gonna get tagged.
Oh, he's doing a lot of stuff, including editing a video. I wouldn't have time. He's doing a lot of stuff, including playing Destiny 2. Editing a video, playing raiding, Shadowkeep, you know, juggling the two things.
Yeah, just during those 20-second loading screens, you're editing. You gotta keep full efficiency every time.
Once he's done, he's playing Portal 2 with Anne. Interesting. Perhaps I have been lied to.
You wanna join them in their game? Just be like, hey guys, you wanna see some furries? Tragic though.
I'm gonna be cryptic. Interesting. Okay, then I see how it is. he's gonna think I'm angry. Takes a certain kind of person to name their car, you know, like a tech priest. Still, yeah, VAR was important to me. Now, I don't even know. I certainly don't think I'm that important to him. I got quiet for a moment. It never really occurred to me that Dustin would be aware of Varus' manipulations, since it just seemed he just went along with them. What? Oh, okay.
I'll be right back.
Sure. This is great. Now to look at that comic. We're going to do some ASMR. We're going to be reading the 1D4chan article on Blood Ravens, starting with ranged weapons, because that's where I left off, and why not? Bolt gun. You know what a bolter is. 24-inch, rapid fire, strength 4, AP minus 0, 1 damage. The loss of AP hurts, but if you're a... Oh.
Okay, I'm back.
Cool. I got quiet for a moment. Oh, never mind. It made me think back to before I went to AMOROUS, that strange sort of hazy feeling I had at the start. I was in a rut, frustrated with the job hunt and going nowhere, but I still came back. I still turned to Kobe. I still turned to Kobe, drag me out of it. Great.
What?
Exactly. Looks like we're in luck.
Trying to Kobe drag me out of it. What does that even mean?
I don't know.
English?
English much?
No very much English.
Yeah, they really are in Puerto Rico. Looks like we're in luck. No one else is out here, and there's plenty of parking right behind the beach. We pulled to a stop.
Quick.
Oh, sure.
I'm trying to figure out what the stereotype is. Like, all the guys have stereotype, and Dustin's like a big girly dude, but I don't get his like, side interest.
His what?
His like side interests, like with movies and cars. I don't get how it's like relevant to his stereotype.
He's Christian Grey.
Oh. Okay, that's all I need. That's all I needed. Thank you.
Ethan came back and said, "I really don't have this time. Sorry. Plus, I just don't find any interest in watching it. I'm not the kind of person that likes joking about that stuff."
Okay.
Just tell him to watch the stream during this part, and everything will be revealed.
and end it with oh.
All right, we pulled to a stop and got out, grabbing our things from the bed of the truck and hiking down the narrow stairs to the stand below. I suppose it didn't matter what we had going on before now. The only thing that was worth thinking about was enjoying the sun, the surf, and the company. Ooh, it's chugging along. It's loading.
Oh boy, a new scene.
It's a beach. It's a beach.
No beaches in Puerto Rico.
It's just like Hawaii. You know, it might be Hawaii, honestly. Anyway,
Listen,
what?
there's a bunch of beaches in Puerto Rico. That's all there is. Beaches and mountains.
Puerto Rico's a beach. Just the whole thing.
All one big beach.
Yeah. Dustin wasn't kidding about the beach not being secluded. Dustin wasn't kidding about the beach being secluded. Sheer cliffs of sandstone blocked off access from the main road, and the inlet looked like it had been carved out from an underground spout. Still, the sun was in just the right position to flood the tiny beach, and the waves were softly lapping at the shore. It was picturesque. Oh boy! Dustin started by folding out the chairs and tossing down a blanket over the sand. Great. Settling the cooler in the middle, he set up a small beach umbrella towards the back before smiling over at me. There we go. Our own little slice of heaven. Speaking of which, oh god.
Wait, are we about to have public intercourse?
It's legal in Europe. Well,
Okay.
I think it is. I'm not sure though. It's nudity is public nudity at some beaches. I don't know about. Never
Maybe
mind.
Somewhere in the Mediterranean?
I don't know. Those Italians, man. They
Yeah,
don't like pineapple on pizza, but they do that.
right? Probably this way.
Dustin unceremoniously shucked off his shirt, tossing it over the back of one of the chairs. After a short stretch, he settled onto the blanket, leaving his chest exposed to the sun. Ah, man, I live for this. Nothing like the feel of warm sun on your fur. You are such a house cat. Don't hog all that sun, or I prefer the shade, or some shade, excuse me.
Okay, the second two options are boring. I don't go house cat.
You're such a cat stereotype, curling up in a sunbeam the first chance you get. No use denying my heritage. It's so good. It's beautiful. I nailed that. It
Is
was.
that really the thing that he
It
said?
says purr, yeah. PRRR-RRR.
Love it. Pretty good.
By the way, we're doing the cats first for some reason.
We are.
So, how did you find this place? A secluded little cove like this should be a hotspot for everyone looking for a little privacy. That's an oxymoron. Dustin squinted a little into the bright blue sky before rolling onto one side to face me. I bought it with my law degree. I mean, the guy I killed is like buried over there. That's why I went to law school. I killed Seth and then I hid the evidence.
He's just chilling dead on the beach. Covered in like a little sand castle.
Yeah, it was his conquest. It was early on with Var, back when he just wanted to get away from everything. I was his major form of escape at the time. Escape from what? Seems like he was perfectly happy with where he was when I talked to him. He used to be. He wasn't that into money and getting stuff. I figure it was just his teenage rebellious phase spilling over. One day he shows up at my place in the middle of the night with a beach towel and a cooler of beer. Said his dad tried to set him up with someone from work or for a date or something. So he hopped into my truck and just drove. He tossed back a couple of beers and snuggled up to me. When we passed near here, he saw the moonlight off the waves and said we should stop. And, well, obviously we did. Stayed out until 1 a.m. just listening to the waves and drinking. We both didn't want to risk driving back, so we just slept on the beach and drove home after sunrise. Man, his dad was pissed. Doesn't sound like the Var I saw, or that's why he's important to you. Let's be pessimistic. That doesn't sound at all like the arrogant parrot I met at your place. Arrogant parrot. People change. I see it enough at work. I should have seen it at home too. Am I always going to be competing with that memory? Getting kinda heavy for a relaxing beach trip, aren't you, kid? He keeps coming up regardless. To be honest, I think we're both competing with that memory. Me, seeing how Advar is now, and you, coming in at the end of that train wreck that was. But I'll tell you, it's different now. That routine isn't comfortable anymore, and I'm ready for a new one. The waves washed away everything else for a moment. I knew my uncertainty was going to linger. Knowing just how far back Var went, I couldn't help but remember his taunts. This is exactly the same as Seth's story.
Oh, wait.
There's something that the main character thinks is going to get in the way of the relationship. With Seth, it's him being an author. With Dustin, it's his boyfriend. It's the same.
Wait.
This person just went to... What?
Dustin, his boyfriend is gonna kill him, and no.
And what?
And then we won't be able to talk to Dustin after his boyfriend comes in.
There you go. That is likely. He'll dump you by the curb. Flashback. Ooh. For the moment, no matter what either of us went through, he was willing to share this. Laying in the sun near the surf, he wanted to take the time to be here with me. That's worth something. You got quiet there for a second, kid. Something on your mind? No, nothing, or just thinking.
That's like the exact same response.
Yeah. Let's go with just thinking, because I kind of want to see where this is going. Just thinking about us, this whole situation, and where it might end up. I forgot how complicated dating can be sometimes. Heck, I forgot how complicated people can be. I mean, you've been living around your brother, so it's pretty easy to forget how complicated people could be when you're living around him.
Also, this is literally the third time you've seen each other, so it's way too early to be saying, just thinking about us. That is just way too early.
Yeah. It's not easy, sure, but nothing worth doing is, well, except for one thing. To my surprise, Dustin stood up from his blanket and moved over next to me. His paw ran softly along my shoulder and down the back of my neck as he leaned in close. Gently, his lips brushed my own as he pulled me towards him for a long, luxurious kiss. I could feel his strength wrapped around me, and the tickle of his rough tongue against mine. Oh, cat anatomy, kill me now.
I can't feel good.
Mm-mm.
That's tongue to nut.
Oh god, are we gonna go into fergonomics?
What kind of cat is Dustin?
He's a lion. Well, he's a lion, so...
So they have like huge like thorns on their tongue.
Oh.
And you like, I don't know if you know this, but like what lions do is they would like lick their prey constantly, and so their tongue rips up the skin so they can bite into it.
Okay, okay, everybody, we're going to look up lion tongue. Tongue. Lion tongue. They... yeah, that does not...
Straight like bleeding, like I'm way more than a hickey.
Sorry?
Like way more than a hickey that's like, you're gonna be bleeding all the...
Yeah. It is quite the... prickly boy. It's like a cactus.
Mm-hmm. I don't like it.
Okay. There was a tenderness, a warmth that radiated through the kiss. The sunbathing had left his fur achingly hot, and the rolling warmth of the breath left me slumped into his arms. Then the cool ocean breeze passed over my lips, the shock of separation from him pulling me back from my haze. His paw stroked my neck softly, his smile beaming down over me. There's something there out than I never did here. A new memory that I'm enjoying greatly. Oh no.
Oh.
I felt a chill from around me, arise from around me. Maybe it was the ocean or maybe it was my nerves, but I pushed forward into that thick-furred warmth and buried my face in his mane. I take it that it was a good memory for you too, then. Mm-hmm. Or definitely for parts of me.
Parts. We gotta get our pinky now.
Yeah, pulling back just a little, I grinned fiendishly up at him. Good God, this is like Zenith. For some parts of me, an extremely good memory. Haha, getting straight to the point again, huh? Don't mind that. Well, as much as we might enjoy going further, getting sand in your skivvies makes it much less fun. How do you know? Much as I wanted to disagree, the idea did sound rather chafy. Kill me. Dustin snuggled up next to me, watching the waves roll down along the shore and keeping an arm around my shoulders. It was a vastly different date, and a different Dustin than I had first met. I felt more comfortable with him, less than like I was just with another one-night stand. How is this different? How is this different at all? This isn't different at all. He did the exact same thing. We stayed out until just before sunset, the chill eventually getting too much for me and Dustin to bear. We should get going. It's only going to get colder at this point. Aw, put your shirt on. I don't want to leave, or I am getting chilly. Sexy times.
Sexy times, yes.
Aw, why'd you have to put your shirt back on? I love seeing that bare lion chest. Ha, because despite my furry hide, I was getting a chill. Though I know you feel cheated at not getting to stare at my chest anymore.
Gosh, I hate this.
I
That
pro-
entire line was the word.
Cody to Jonathan.
Okay, shut up.
I promise this won't be the last time we come here. And next time maybe I won't have work in the morning. Ooh! Begrudgingly, I gathered up my things and the cooler as Dustin grabbed the blanket and umbrella. The warmth came back to us to use as we moved up the trail towards the truck, and I felt a little of that hazy, dreamy feeling from his embrace. Powering through, I tossed my bundle into the back of the truck and hopped back inside. Once the door shut, the truck roared to life immediately. My surprise was echoed on Dustin's face. Guess Betsy likes you too. Nice. We both chuckled as he pulled smoothly out of the parking lot and back onto the main road. Honestly, I believe in machine spirits. I do. I think that machines have some sort of soul and that they like different people and things and work differently. Because, you know, you can... a machine can stop working and then you can kick it and it will start working. This is an actual phenomenon that has been documented by engineers and they have no idea how to explain it. This is my Warhammer 40,000 theory.
I have heard of a thing that mechanics use. They would like, if something like isn't working, like a clock or something, they would just roar, and like a couple inches from the sky, and they would call it like calibrated tap. That's like a technical term for it. They just like smashed against something.
Looking that up right now. Calibrated tap.
It was better than that. Since I've heard it. But it's
No, I want calibrated tap. C calibrated tap. No, not... I want calibrated tap. Never mind. The trip was much lighter than the one over. I was still riding on the high of that kiss, and Dustin's paw had found its way to mine, squeezing it firmly. We talked for a while longer, since he insisted on dropping me by my house instead of making me walk home. I want to see where you live anyway, just in case I want to drop by and say hi. When we pulled up to the house, Dustin parked and the two of us walked to the front door. And Kobe opened it. Nice place your parents have. Cozy, but spacious. Not quite as spacious enough that I get my own room, but my brother and I get along well enough. Well, I suppose this is where I should say goodnight. Don't want your dad to come out and kick my ass for bringing you home after curfew. I'm an adult, Dustin. Don't be a dick. Just give me it. He grinned at me, and I leaned in to kiss, and he leaned in to kiss me on the cheek. Give me a call soon, kid. I don't like to be kept waiting for long. As I waved goodbye, I could feel eyes on me. Turning around, I drew in a deep sigh when I saw who it was.
So, who was that?
Suddenly, I feel like it's going to be a long night. There you go.
it already gets long. Oh, here it is. Impact calibration. In case he's the one in
I would love to know.
impact calibration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. We're gonna go ahead and shift tab that. Impact calibration. Well, it's on Urban Dictionary. A technical terminology for hitting any sort of electronic device to get it to work properly. A solid and punctuated smack or slap.
I'm sure there's a bunch of... I was looking at other websites, they have like a bunch of different names.
Yeah. Anyway, it's time to go get screwed, literally.
Never mind, that joke. Okay.
Alright, Dustin. I hadn't seen Dustin for a couple of days. Not a major issue usually, but I figured I should give him a call and see what was up. Ring ring, click. Hey ya poofta. I was wondering when you were going to call me. Really? I was wondering why I hadn't heard from you. Things have been a little busy lately. Kinda hard to explain over the phone. Are you busy? No. No, I'm free at the moment. Good. Do you mind if I swing by your place and pick you up? I really need to talk to you. Sure. Great. Great! I'll be over in just a bit. Click. Wait a minute. Tony's a tiger. Oops. Should have done that with Seth.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
That would be really funny, actually.
It's great! Without another word, the phone wasn't quiet. What in the heck is going on with that guy? Dustin wasn't that far away from my parents' house, so I grabbed what I could to make myself decent. I'd barely finished when there was a knock at the door. Finished. I headed out of my room and screeched to a halt when I saw who answered the door. Kobe's dad.
No. Dad?
Yeah, this is Dad. Ya poofta.
Oh, I see him. Oh, okay.
Ya poofta, there's a lion at the door for you. Yeah, sorry about that, Dad. Just going to head out and do some more job hunting with a friend. Uh-huh. Be back at a reasonable time tonight, okay? Me and your mom do like to sleep sometimes. Right, sorry. I'll be quick or quiet. And quiet, I don't know. Dad wandered off, grumbling a little under his breath while I opened the door. Hey there, you poofta. Was that your dad? It's a very long story. Still, he's nice enough to let me stay here, so I probably shouldn't antagonize him more than needed. Gotcha. Well, I've got a surprise for you first off. Dustin stepped away from the door long enough for me to see what was behind him. A bright cherry red sports car was parked neatly in my parents' driveway. It looked like it had just rolled off the lot. Or you sold Betsy or nice upgrade. Upgrades, people. Upgrades.
Okay. That's all a reference. Nice upgrade.
Robots for film of the century.
Yeah, I agree.
Compared to that, what?
I agree.
Yeah, compared to that powder blue hunk of junk he'd been driving, this was an amazing change. Not to speak ill of the recently departed, but your old truck did seem like it was on its last legs. Careful there, kid. Betsy was a good old girl. This change wasn't her fault in the least. It was, you know, I'd feel more comfortable explaining it somewhere other than your porch. Go ahead and hop in. It's fresh off the lot and I've been wanting to give her a little spin around, like you. I still wasn't completely sure what was going on, but I've gotten to the point where I trusted Dustin. Not Justin. Please don't bring Jay Barino into this. We both slid into the car, the leather seat cradling my back and rump quite nicely. Dustin smiled and slid into the driver's seat before revving up the engine. Ooh-woo. Compared to the choking and sputtering from Betsy, the new car was silent as a whisper when it wanted to be, and only let out a roar of power when Dustin pawed the accelerator. Still, old movies recycling old dates from VAR. It seemed strangely out of character for Dustin to make such a big change. I understand what's going on. He's making a change to get out of the rut. He's making a change because he wants you to be his boyfriend, and this is going to change his life. I can see this twist from a mile away because I'm a smart boy. Okay. Sorry? Look, there is another game from another furry named KKK Kabang. There it is. What?
And what happens in this thing?
It's a life simulator as opposed to a day simulator. All right, Kabang. Let's see in the description what's it called. Shilling. Okay. Yeah, but what about the? They don't talk about his game. They do talk about Death on the Frontier though. But why is that? For Affinity Beta. Nostalgia. I don't understand. Never mind. What's going on? Var came by my place again last night, which makes it maybe 2 days since he officially moved into his new place. Dustin's voice trembled with a little hesitation as my heart began to sink. Was Var right? Was this the breakup speech? He'd lined up Betsy's cab with rose petals and was laying there with a cooler of beer and a blanket. Said he was sorry for everything he'd done and just wanted me back. That's a lie. Lies. Deception. This was getting harder and harder to hear. Why the hell would he force me to be in a car with him while he breaks up with me? What kind of sadistic bastard does this? Hey, you know what to say? No. It's like the Groove meme where it just says no. Make that. And no one. Sadists. No. I almost did it. Wait. Almost? When I saw him laying there, I felt that same creeping feeling, that comfortable rut coming up from behind again. I could just fall back into that relationship again and play out the same thing a week or a month down the road. A slow curve rocked me back into my seat. pulling the sensation of being the car, being the A car back, pulling the sensation of being the A car back to the fore. I felt cold and numb from the neck down.
After that stroke.
I said no. I said no, and he went ballistic. Went on about how you meant nothing to me. How he was the only one for me. How I saved him when he needed to get away from his life, and how dare I. Dustin's voice trailed off as we pulled into another slow, lazy turn. I'd forgotten we were going somewhere, but when I looked out the windows, I only saw the ocean. He brought up how many memories we'd made because of Betsy, and how he put so much thought into this grand romantic gesture. Really poured on the guilt. So what happened? I realized he was right. We had plenty of memories in Betsy. Our fights, his embarrassment when I drove him to a nice restaurant, even the time he walked out on me at a drive-through double feature. Another curve pulled us closer to the ocean. Sheer? Cliffs of sandstone dipping down into the beaches spotted with people. That's when I realized that my relationship with Var, it was all like Betsy. It was my first taste of freedom, and I just clung to it like a drowning man. I have to say, though, the music is pretty good. Excuse me for a sec.
I can't hear.
Hey,
Hello.
I have to go to work in the morning,
Oh, yes.
so I'm going to get ready for bed. You don't have to get up at any particular time, but your priority is that college stuff, right? And find out scholarship stuff, because we might be too late and that would just
Me, someone's daughter. The car slowed to a stop in the small, ill-kept parking space, a smattering of gravel scattered around us. It took me that long to realize where we were. Fuck beach. That same sandy beach as our last date. Still secluded and quiet. Dustin smiled at me for a moment, pulling a cooler from the back of the car. So I had to let it go. All of it. Var, Betsy, my own obsession with freedom. I let myself be free of all that crap. I became a communist. I don't understand, or that's why you sold Betsy.
I don't understand.
I don't understand why that meant selling your truck, or why we're back out here. Guess I got too philosophical with you, kid. I sold Betsy because I need to get rid of the memories and get on with my life. My life with you. With me?
That was very sudden. He didn't even ask for permission. Just like, you're mine now.
Yeah. I mean, would we resist?
Are we a masochist or a sadist?
Haha, don't worry. I don't have a ring or anything with me. One major life change at a time. I just mean, I'm done with Var. He's gone for good, and you won't have to worry about the comparisons or anything. No more measuring up to your ex, or that's a relief. That's a relief. It's a relief, honestly. For a moment in the car, I thought you were breaking up with me. Sorry, Var's been looming over all this, and I didn't want to tell you the first part when you could just slam a door in my face. I wouldn't have done that, or... Alright, I might have done that.
I might have done that. Let's hurt his feelings.
Oh yeah, fair enough. I might have done that. And I wouldn't have blamed you. I still didn't explain the with me part. I'm not going to put a label on it, but I like you poofta. This is great. Every time he says my name, he's calling me a dumb faggot. I like you way more than I thought I would. I thought you'd be a fun fling, but I think you'd be fun in any situation, in any position. You know what? If we got people to voice act for this game, I think that Jace should voice act Dustin. Let's get Jace on this, at Jace. Oh god! My prayers have been answered.
He would be amazing.
Yeah. Okay, here's the two options. There's only one of them to do, but... Or any position. or thanks, Dustin, it means a lot to hear that.
Any position.
One of the fucking options is actually or any position.
Any position.
JSON effects is correct about anything. You take the sex out of the furry fandom, and it's just nothing. It's just nothing. And what's even better is that he was talking about Amorous in one of his streams. Basically, he was like, it was in the Cabernet stream. He was like, if you don't put gay characters in your game, you're not going to attract furries. Which is true, apparently. I mean, you just look at the success of Amorous. There's like 7 gay boys. And Lex doesn't even have a gender. Her gender is literally based on choices that you make in the game.
Really?
Yes, that's what the guide says.
That's a plot? Like, literally the gender plot.
I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna go to the Lex Alexia dating path. So, the gender of the husky will depend on who you choose to identify yourself as in the beginning of the game.
Oh. Wow. And that's why he's being annoying about it, because you didn't...
Sorry?
Did you choose a gender, or did you just do...
I did male leaning androgynous, because that was what the vote was. Or any position. I know some fun ones. Careful there. Sorry?
T-posing, and then rotating on 360.
How's this one? Did VAR know this one? Careful there. Since VAR left, I've had a major case of blue balls. I don't want to provoke a pen-up. You don't want to provoke a pen-up lion. What does that mean? Blue balls. What does that mean? Going incognito.
That is not...
Going incognito. Sorry.
It's temptation that is not able to be released. Eventually, it becomes painful.
Oh. Great.
Yeah. And you learned something there, and I bet you never wanted to know that.
Yeah. Also, dictionary calls it. It can also refer to sexual frustration in general. Mildly painful feeling in the testicles of unrelieved sexual arousal.
Yeah. I'm done with it.
Oh, you just messed the. You just like messed it by a second. You just missed the blue ball and the or any position line.
What?
Hey, Devin.
Hello. What?
So, what did I miss?
You just missed the best part where Dustin said you'd be good in any situation, and then I came back with or any position.
Wait, but you've already said that.
Yeah, but in the game, that was an option.
Oh.
It was an actual option. It was great. Anyway, we're on date 3. So, Dustin. Oh, now you're asking for it. I took off running, kicking up sand and dust as I raced through the dunes with Dustin hot on my heels. The cool ocean breeze pumped through my lungs as I glanced to see that predatory hunter, emerald eyes glistening only a few feet behind me. Oh my gosh, it's hungry like the wolf. Hang on, there is a part in the song where he does say just a moment behind. Hang on. Hungry like the wolf lyrics. Do 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 do. Catch my breathing even closer behind. Do 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 do. Okay. Show all the lyrics. And I'm on the hunt. I'm after you. That also has to do with it. You feel my heat. I'm just a moment behind. Do. In touch with the ground. I'm on the hunt. I'm after you. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. This song perfectly describes this literal situation that's happening right now. We spluttered for a moment, rolling in the warm sand before he hauled me to my feet. Gotcha. I feigned fear for a moment, his paws slowly releasing me. Of course, he wouldn't let me go that easily. That'll hold ya. He shucked his shirt, lashing it around my wrists and binding them behind my back. Despite the makeshift nature of my bondage, it was remarkably secure. It's just Christian Grey. It's just Christian Grey. Sorry?
He used shucked his shirt too.
Yeah.
You want to see a lack of literature creativity?
Yeah. Get a synonym. Come on. Just go to thesaurus.net.
It's fine, I've got to work on. So.
The sex jokes are getting terrible.
He could have used a discard.
Doff. Doffed his shirt.
Repudiate. Alright,
Alright. Yeah? Got another one?
I'm good. I
Okay.
can't find any more good ones.
Here we go. This is going to be the killer line of the century. I'm going to deliver this perfectly. Of course, now this question is what to do with you. Should I eat you, or should I just stuff my trophy? I'm sorry?
I don't like how I live this.
Yeah. Oh, I also have to say, Cody, I'm very glad that you weren't here for the joke that we made about you.
Spill it.
Nope. Despite his playful nature, I had a brief flush to the cheeks at the mention of his intentions. My body was flushed and ached under him. This is going faster than Seth.
Well, Seth was a little thin, was he not?
I mean, Seth was a little twink boy, so...
But you have that.
Yeah.
I mean, he was too busy cooking.
This is true.
He was too busy cooking.
Have you seen the Stonks meme, but it's Chef, S-H-E-F?
No.
Yeah. No one, Seth, Chef. Yeah. Look it up. It's it would be great. Seems like my little prey is good to go for either way. Maybe we should see just how eager you are. He huffed down. Sorry?
Carpe diem. Then he eats it.
I
Oh.
don't think that's at all what he means. I don't think he means seize the day in that manner.
Carpe twinkum, maybe. He huffed down on me as I looked up at him from the sand, face burning bright. The sand. I don't like sand. It's coarse, it's dirty, and it gets everywhere.
It's rough.
It's rough! Oh! It's rough!
It's rough. It gets everywhere.
That's...
You deserve to die for your sacrilege.
I got 2 of them right. It's 2 out of 3, but they're the 2 easiest ones. I don't like sand. It's coarse and it's rough and it gets everywhere. I killed them all. Not just the men, but the women and the children too. I hate them. Okay, enough with the Star Wars quotes. The car it is then. Oh, here it is.
Wait, no.
What? What?
What's gonna happen?
No, I don't want it. No, I don't want any more sand in my car than you needed. So say goodbye to your clothes for now.
Oh, okay.
There it is. There he is. Woo, we did it, boys. We did it. We did it. Good job. Congratulations, everybody. I'm going to be doing something else tonight. Anyway.
What's happening?
Sex scene.
It has. Yeah.
Oh, so now you have to witness it?
Yeah.
We beat the game by getting beat.
You beat the game by getting...
Beat the game by getting pounded. It's true. I couldn't lie to myself. I wanted this, maybe even from the moment I saw him. Still, the journey was satisfying. We spent a few moments trying to clean up. Yep, gotta clean up again. He killed me. He killed me, and now he's burying the body.
Yep, that's what happened.
Yeah, that's why he needed the law degree. By the way, the law degree never came up. Never came up.
It got a little too,
Yeah.
stinky, and he accidentally snapped your neck.
Yeah, yes. He was choking me, and then he just Spartaned me.
It's smart. He just kicked you off a cliff. Why were you back next to a cliff? Don't question it.
Yeah. Tried to clean up, throwing on sandy clothes and making certain no one saw us. Fortunately, it remained our little secret, and by the time the sun had dipped into the horizon, we were packed up and ready to go. You know what that means? That means that that one quote is not from this one. So it's going somewhere else then. Somebody else is putting their dick in my tail hole.
Oh no.
Wait, that's a quote from the game?
Yes.
Gary.
I'm scared, alright?
There isn't much you can say after a night like that. I felt closer than ever to Dustin. You think? But more impotently, he was willing to get close to me. It says importantly. I couldn't let his hand go the whole ride home, and he didn't try to stop me. It didn't matter if he'd ruined his back seats, or that it smelled like a beachfront brothel.
How'd you ruin the back seats? He bleached his back seats.
You know, he was like holding a knife
Made
while
him.
he was doing it and just going wild.
All that mattered for now was the ride home and the promise of what might be tomorrow. We got back to my place without incident. My dad was just getting ready for bed and only gave me a passing glow up before disappearing into his room. I guess this is good night, you poofta. Guess so. I'll call you again sometime. He leaned forward and kissed me gently on the cheek. Anytime, kid. Anytime at all. I returned his parting kiss, squeezing his hand softly before letting go and watching him walk out the door. It might not wind up perfect in the end, but I'll take what I've got right now over that chance. There we go!
GG, boys. We
Yeah.
did it.
You know, the minute I see this, I will find that joke you made, and I will determine if you die or not from it.
You know, he died twice for that joke.
Yeah.
He died two.
Shadows died twice. No, Dylan dies twice.
Dylan definitely died at least, I don't even know how many times.
I'm looking for somebody I might know. Yeah, there does not appear to be any of the people that were on his stream in this game, on his podcast in this game.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, quite unfortunate.
I thought he was quite tight.
Sorry?
I thought the furry community was like a tight-knit community.
Yeah, well, by the time they left it, they said most of the people who were on their stream weren't talking to them anymore, so maybe they requested that their personas got taken out or something. Yeah, so JSON FX was producer, artwork was KBR, programming were those people. Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody. Yeah.
So how many's left now?
Well, 7.
7. Okay, so there's 7 more of these I get to look forward to.
At least.
Unfortunately.
Jared, unfortunately.
Yeah,
See,
alright,
now,
save.
I see this as an absolute win. Dylan gets to suffer 7 more times for all of the sins he's committed. And he's
Well, we've gotten...
more.
Look, we've gotten over the worst ones. We've gotten over the worst one, I think.
I seriously doubt that.
Yeah, you doubt that. From what I've heard, I doubt that.
Yeah. Is he up here? Oh, he is up here. Good, good, good. Just, by the way, everybody, for those of you who are watching, this is the JSON effects self-insert.
He's a dragon.
He is actually a raptor,
There's a dragon, remember?
but all the bouncers are dragons. Okay, this is going to kick you right in the balls, because this is even more risque than what Dustin was. So let's just get right into it.
Oh, we're doing this already.
Sorry?
Wait,
Doing this already?
Yeah, we did do Zenith's, but I didn't get his number, so I need to get that.
Okay.
Heading over to grab a drink from the machine. After I talk to him here, I'm going to turn it off. Heading over to grab a drink from the machine, I noticed one of the bouncers chatting up a fairly energetic customer. They seemed to be having a good time. A smaller male, wiggling his hips side to side, eyeing the large dragon with eyes that suggested all sorts of mischief. Perhaps this was my chance to meet some new people, like Kobe suggested. By the way, when he comes up, I want you to look at this character and tell me that this is not a girl.
It is not a girl.
Shut up. Get a drink, introduce myself, watch the scene unfold, barge between them, or maybe later.
Introduce yourself.
Yes. Feeling confident, I approached the two at the security door. They turned their attention to me and I gave them a winning smile. Hey, you two. My name is Yapufta. I'm kind of new to this whole club scene, and I figured I'd say hi if I'm not interrupting. Am I? The shorter avian perked up as I approached. I got the impression he was sizing me up in more ways than one. The dragon did the same as the shorter guy whispered into his ear, a grin lightening the gruff, scaled features a few moments later. Now that was a winning smile. Jasonifix calling his own smile a winning one. I caught a glance at his name tag. Zenith. The other guy in the tight shorts stood beside him, a pixie-ish glint in his eyes as they finished their private confab. What's a confab? Zenith's grin only widened. He nodded and rumbled something back. I'd have felt a little like the butt of some joke, but they seemed friendly enough. Okay.
Confab is literally just an informal private conversation.
There you go. Okay, so I'm going to find a point where Jason is talking in...
Oh boy. Ooh, whoa. The Cuck Shack. Yeah, baby. Ooh, yeah. Cuck Shack.
I'm confused. What's
So
going
yeah,
on?
this is it.
That was Jasonifix. That was him, the man, the Aussie. I was wrong. He's not bastardized Canadian. He's not a French Canadian. He's an Aussie. So we're going to do Aussie for this person, because it's only correct. It's only correct.
I'm gonna like butcher it, and then he's gonna be like, bet.
Ya poofta, huh? I was wondering why I hadn't seen someone as cute as you around here before. I know all the regulars, and you ain't one of them. I'm Zenith, and my lovely friend here is Rose. I don't know, that's not bad. Look at this character and tell me this isn't a girl. Look at it.
It's not a girl.
Look at it.
Oh,
Look at it.
yeah.
Look at this person and tell me that this is not a girl.
I may not be able to see, but take one aside. It's not a girl.
Hold on, I'm getting one. Don't click yet. Okay,
Are you taking a screenshot?
I did, yes. Okay, that is definitely a girl. Hold on.
It's not a girl though, it's a boy.
No. We're misgendering her.
Fuck you. There we go. Did that work? That should have worked. Yeah, it did work. Good.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah, that's a girl.
All right, so what kind of voice? We should do like a week in Effeminate.
Okay. Oh,
A first timer? Looking sharp in that suit to boot? Oh, whatever shall we do with our Casanova here?
I flushed a little, but played it off with a smile. I hadn't expected people here to be so forward with strangers. Aren't you not a furry? Have you watched the Cuck Shack? I mean, they spend the first 10 minutes literally talking about it. Even without Rose's positive judgment, Zenith had called me cute. I'm not sure that really fit me, but they sure didn't waste any time being friendly. I guess Kobe's advice was about being more open paid off. Make small talk, return the compliments playfully, or let them know you appreciate it submissively.
Submissive.
Yeah, submissive. That's the way to go, honestly. I could feel the heat rushing to my cheeks as he complimented me. My blush was already quite apparent from his chuckling, as I tried to hide it by looking to the side without taking my eyes entirely off the playful Zenith. Try doing that. How do you not look awkward while doing that? You're just like... turning to the side, just like out of the corner of your eye. Hi!
all you can see is just the corner of your eye. It's like, hi, how you doing?
What's up? Definitely not showing you my entire cheek. Well, thank you. I'm not really used to handsome guys like you calling me cute right off the bat. I would make an amazing twink.
No.
Oh, and you're such an expert.
He knows Jonathan.
Oh, shots fired.
I'm going to hurt you, both.
It's true, you can't deny it. Jonathan fits the bill.
Why are you looking at my boyfriend in that way then?
Because
I'm gonna shut up now.
okay, bye bye guys. I'm going offline for next week and I'm not coming to class.
Jared realized he made a mistake.
Oh, come Tuesday, it's just gonna be crack. Just get choked out like Dustin choked me out.
Full charging down the hallways. Here's his next step before I even reach it.
Oh my god. Ouch.
Alright.
Where's Jared? Why do you have blood on your hands?
Don't worry about it.
The blood of my enemies.
Yeah. Check the stream.
Check the stream. The stream of what? Amorous. Just listen to the audio. Don't actually pay attention to it.
It's more like a podcast. You don't really need to look at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I watched as Zenith narrowed his eyes, seeing if I was joking, that grin stretching wider. He drew my face back his way with a single clawed finger under my chin, locking his eyes with mine and clearly delighting at the shiver his unexpected touch caused down my spine. Now you've really intrigued me. What did you say your name was, newbie? It's Yapufta. Zenith's large form was definitely intimidating, but something about him was appealing despite that. He was taller than most, maybe second to Kane, the doorman, but his touch was gentle despite that. And those bright eyes, he was near hypnotic. Yapufta? Well, I'm really glad I bumped into you, Yapufta. I'm Zenith. Nice to meet you. Think we've found what we're looking for, Rose. His playful tone did very little to stop my bright red face.
Polyamory?
Sorry?
Is it polyamory?
Yes, it can be difficult.
It's gonna happen. Well, I really bet one of these relationships is gonna be polyamory.
Well, from what I'm hearing, it sounds like this one with roses. Because why would you be... Just listen to the conversation, come on.
I mean, Rose isn't animated, so...
Rose is not a person. It's just a cardboard cutout.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I was going to destroy Dylan's life with this, but I wanted to say the characters animate like the avatars in Stellaris do.
What, basic and just wobble?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hilarious. I love it so much.
The kind of person they'd been looking for. That sentence ran through my head a few times. The avian in the belly top, Rose by the sound of it, eyed me up a few times and nodded. There's a sultry look about him, hand on his hip. When Zenith's eyes were on me, there was a dark look on his face. He tapped his foot and put on a smile. I mean, okay, yeah, he's cute and all, but don't forget who's cuter, Zenith. He'll do, so long as you remember who's number one.
Yeah,
Stefan,
it's Polly.
Carl,
It's Polly.
Stephenson.
It's Polly. What?
Are you okay?
I'm gonna hurt you.
Question there. Plans. Call it off. Keep up that submissive attitude. Or submission isn't really my style. Take control.
Keep up some attitude.
I had to fight not to just melt into Zenith's eyes. If this was how they did things, I wasn't going to turn down a chance to party with the big guy. I spun around on my heels. Oh, this is it. I think this is it. Yep, this is it. This is the line of the century. I spun around on my heels. Rose in front and Zenith behind as I raised my rump towards the ladder and ran my eyes down the bare middle of Rose to his overt tight shorts. Zenith actually took a moment longer than I had expected to cup my hips as his hot breath played on my cheek. Holy hell, the arrogance on this Australian.
I'm not really the alpha personality kind of person, but I don't mind a little competition on who can be the most accommodating.
I don't know why I just shifted into stereotype voice, but... Is it working? Or should I go back to something else?
I guess. I don't know. I can't really see what the wait, hold on.
No, for me. For the MC.
Go ahead, yeah, keep it going that way.
Alright, gay stereotype voice 101.
Yeah, gay stereo. You have the gay man's approval. You have the gay stamp of approval.
I'm not sure I want that.
Nobody ever does until it's too late.
Yeah.
Whoa there, someone's frisky. You keep it up and I'm gonna have to take you home. I've got poor impulse control when it comes to cute butts on my crotch.
Crotch. Jasonifex does not sound like this at all, by the way. He is not like extreme Cockney Australian.
I would hope not.
Zenith's fingers tested the squeeze of my hips as I rested against his thigh rump first. Rose sauntered up to close the gap and worked his fingers into my outfit. I braced for a slap. His eyes certainly said a slap was incoming, but instead he pulled me for a kiss. Caught me so off guard that my moan was one of surprise as much as it was passion as he broke contact and grinned. This is worse than the whole of Dustin's. It has been 2 paragraphs, and it is already worse than all of Dustin's things.
Well, it sucks. Polyamory can be hard. It can be difficult.
Polyamory gets them hard. I don't know.
This is horrible. Isn't it just meeting them?
Yeah, this is what it like. This is apparently what it's like to go to MWF. We walk up and somebody in a fursuit comes by and is like on your ass, and you know the only thing you can do in that situation is ooh woo. That's how you that's how you say hello.
That's how you say hello.
Slap him and say ooh.
Yep, slap that ass. I mean, we learned that from JSON effects, honestly.
Slap that rump, as they like to use in this game.
That's true. Slap that rump. Slap that rump. Slap it like it's hot. My moan was one of surprise as much as passion as he broke contact and grin. There's more!
You just read that, did you not?
No, there's more! As Rose's fingers rolled down my chest, I couldn't help but slip a look back at Zenith. The handsome dragon was watching us play, but that toothy grin had all but vanished, replaced with a sullen expression I couldn't quite puzzle out. The moment he realized I was looking at him, he put that grin right back on and licked his lips before leaning in for a rough kiss. He tasted of those strong mints you get in a tin. Didn't quite quell the feeling that there was more to the situation than he was letting on.
This time is like he is. That's good.
I'm sorry?
He is a dragon.
Yeah. But you know, if you just like cut the wings off, that's literally just Virgins. JSON effects persona.
Oh.
So it's literally just him. Hang on. If you're looking at the stream, you can see. Oh, this is on my history now. JSON effects. We're going to your page. Yep, Virgins. There he is. It's literally the same. It's literally exactly the same. Obviously.
I see it.
Yeah. Don't look up Dexter. Don't look it up. Stop it.
Oh, don't worry. Not risking any of that. I won't be.
I think you mean that we might have to take them home, Zenith. You don't seem so enamored. I might just have to take you. Might have to take your poof to home myself for a test ride. I want you to tell our new friend why we're here. Well, I've never really had to explain before, and this butt trying to sort of fly on my pants seems like it's got the right idea. But who can blame you? Zenith gave me a little mock smirk as he flexed a bicep. I half expected to hear his scales creak. What? I chuckled a bit, but as he threw a puzzled look back to Rose, he seemed hurt. Concerned, maybe? What Zenith meant to say was that we're looking for a third party to join us for a fun evening. And guess what? You fit the bill perfectly. Almost too perfectly, in fact. What do you say, cutie? Down for a little fun tonight? Everybody will have fun tonight. Despite the fact that Rose was talking to me, I kept looking back to Zenith. This time, there was more of a crack in his veneer than last time. I could see his eyes narrow as Rose mentioned taking me home. However, after he'd finished speaking, Zenith stepped out from behind me with a pat on my rump, turning the frown into what seemed like his signature, toothy grin. You heard him, you poofta. What do you say? Down for a quickie? That is the most forward I have ever seen this game be.
Thank you, but no.
Yeah. Hang on, is there a Zenith dating guide? Hang on, let me just go to the wiki for not wiki for hang on, the Amorous wiki. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
All right, how do you get Zenith? Zenith. Zenith. Personality, who gives a shit? Okay, so you have to decline. So I'm unfortunately, in order to continue this, we have to decline. I sighed. I didn't want to make a bad situation any worse, and I could read all the signs that there was something else going on here. Look, guys. I'm gonna have to pass. Thanks for being so friendly with me tonight, though. It really means a lot. I didn't expect to meet so many nice people here.
Is this what you like, how friends are made? So much nice people, you know. I think we have this guy.
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious? What a waste of time. You promised me you could hook me up with anyone, Zenith. Looks like your charm was enough this time.
I was taken aback by this sudden outburst. The brunt of Rose's complaints seemed to be with Zenith. Had they made some sort of bet? They muttered back and forth for a moment. Zenith said Rose had promised not to do this. Rose said Zenith was being a bitch as usual. How is a boy a bitch? I was about to leave them to their whispered fight when the girly avian shot me one last glare and stormed off, but not before snatching up his drink from nearby and emptying it on Zenith's shirt.
I'm going to find Zack. And don't go thinking you could join in this time, Zenith. Ciao, bitches.
I'm proud that I was actually able to read that. Konima. Wait. It's Konima? Konima! Fuck your mom in Chinese.
Konima.
Why? Why do you know that?
It was in Cuck Shack.
Oh, okay.
Why do you? Okay, well, okay.
Konima!
No, you.
No, you.
You have to say it in Chinese.
I don't know how.
Uno reverse that.
No reverso.
What a scene. I had no idea what was going on, but Zenith certainly looked upset. The charming, cocky bouncer that I had first met was replaced with someone else entirely. He folded his arms across the wet patch on his broad chest, looking to the side and grimacing as he fought to regain his cool. He took a moment, caught his breath, and forced a smile.
Hey, I'm sorry about all that, you poofda.
Every time he says that. It's just awful. You shouldn't have gotten roped into that mess. Roped, eh? Bruh.
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 I'm getting ready for her to say something nice.
Nice.
Oh, she literally just said bruh and then went.
Hang on. We must talk on her level.
Tell you what. Next time I see you, I owe you an apology drink. As for right now, I think I'm going to call it a bad night and go home.
Since I met him, Zenith seemed at his most genuine now, even clearly simmering and humiliated. It seemed like whatever it was that was going on, it had been Rose's game, not his. Part of me wanted to find out what exactly had happened, an even larger part, if Rose and Zenith weren't an item, because he really shouldn't be. But was it really my business? Well, I'm going to stop him. There's no way I can leave things like this. Before the dragon could make his escape into the staff-only room, I caught his wrist. Grab. Zenith cocked his head back at me over his shoulder as I let go. Maybe not the best time to be grabbing him more. I can't flirt with him because that'll screw me. But I'm going to humor him. Haha. But why buy me a drink later when you can buy me...
But why buy me a drink later when you could buy me a drink now? Hell, you could buy me 2 drinks. I'll even buy you a drink. What do you say?
Huh. Zenith closed his eyes, sighed, and showed me that big, toothy grin. Without Rose checking in on him, it felt like a lot more real this time. He pointed to the stairs and then held out his hand for me.
Gonna need that drink and a fresh start, yeah? The name's Zenith. To whom do I owe the pleasure?
That toothy grin never left Zenith's face. I didn't know him well enough to know if he was faking it, or not as he extended his hand for a handshake. Humor him. I extended my hand, sharing his grin, playing along for the time being. His grip was like a vise. Damn. Maybe I had earned a little bit of a squeezing after jumping in on Rose's game, though.
What? Earned a little bit of a...
You could call me Yapufta. For some... Wait, that was That was gay Australian. I can't do that. That's not good. How's Jonathan talk?
What?
You can call me Yapufta. For some reason, I feel like we've met before. Well, probably. Ha ha. It's strange, isn't it? Must be fate playing tricks on us. Zenith retracted his vice-like hand and laughed again, starting down the stairs with me following him. We took our place at the bar, and Zenith took my order. We were served almost instantly thanks to his staff shirt. Yeah, frickin' what's his name? Jax, the comrade, came right over and was like, "Hello, comrade. You need some Jack Spaniels?" After the first sip of his beer, the frustration still smoldering under the surface seemed to have cooled enough that Zenith didn't seem on the verge of punching a wall or something. He savored the mild bubbles, exhaled, and we both seemed to come to the realization that I'd be staring at him a little.
I had be staring at him.
Yeah. I busied myself with my own drink. I was a little surprised by what I'd ordered, but I suppose I was more concerned about getting Zenith over what had happened with Rose. Zenith chuckled, rolling his glass between his palms a little. When he looked back, he seemed a little embarrassed. Thanks, Yapufta. I mean it. I'm just a stranger. Hell, a stranger who was leading you on a little. You didn't have to reach out and see if I was okay. You're kind of one of those good ones, huh? Reassure, ask about Rose, back off, or change the subject. Reassure. Honestly, don't worry about it. I just saw that something was wrong and wanted to make sure you were okay. Besides, even if we were moving a little quick there, we're not strangers anymore, right? You know, that's right. I guess that's one positive thing that came out of this shit. Thanks, Yapufta. Hey, listen, speaking of being more of a gentleman, I hope you don't mind me asking what pronouns you prefer. Wouldn't want to say the wrong thing. Oh, fucking white knight over here. JSON effects. I nodded softly. At least he was being polite and asking. I suppose in a place like this with such a large GLBT plus crowd, he'd probably meet.
GLBT plus. I ain't looking that up. I don't.
Why did they swap the L and the G?
No, it exists. GLBT.
The fuck's the difference?
Gay, bisexual, or transgender.
What about the L?
Lesbian.
But yeah, but LGBT, GT, LT.
They just switched the L and the G. Why? Why'd you do this?
Very gay.
Very gay. Yeah, I was gonna say it's a very gay place.
This is true. I mean, like, all the boys are gay. There's no straight boys.
Nope.
I prefer male pronouns. Yeah, thanks for checking, Zenith. Ask about him, talk about yourself, try subtly flirting. Huh. What do you think?
Let's see, we have subtly flirting, we have, how about him,
I think subtly flirting, because we're trying to get the most sexy times.
yeah, let's do subtly. Subtly, there we go.
I'm curious though, just for my own ego's sake, did you mean any of that stuff you said about me before? Zenith cocked his eyebrow. He leaned over a bit more so he could close the gap between us. That signature grin was back. I had to hand it to him. He had a really nice smile. For your ego, huh? Well, to this to your ego. I don't know if cute quite covers it, though you being fresh-faced maybe had something to do with that. But yeah, I meant it, and I'm glad you're cool enough to sit and get a drink after too. Hey, so let's change the subject now, eh? I'm going to be leaving the bar by myself, and I want to go down this line of inquiry again today. He gave a little wink, and we toasted to that. Ask about him.
Yeah,
So, Zenith, tell me a little about yourself. Have you been a bouncer here for long? Ha, well, I've been a bouncer here since the place opened up. Trust me, I've seen some crazy shit go down that makes what happened earlier look like a party. Fights, breakups, orgies, even a robbery. Well, almost a robbery. Wait, you saw this place get robbed? Hold on. Orgies?
Should I feel even more worried about Kobe coming here so often?
No.
Polyamory can be difficult.
Polyamory could be difficult.
It wouldn't be nice to take a break from all your worries. Wait, taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. So wouldn't you like to go where everybody knows your name? And they're always glad you came. There you go. Cheers. Yeah. That's how polyamory can not be difficult, where everybody knows your name. Anyway. That's the part that caught your interest. Regardless, yeah. A couple of punks tried to rob some VIPs one night. With switchblades, no less. Luckily, me and one of the other bouncers managed to take them down before anyone got hurt. Turns out that all the cop training was good for something after all. Zenith's modesty was humbling. Did you have guns? What the? Cop training? Would you watch Surviving Edged Weapons, the JonTron video? Zenith's modesty was humbling. He was so casual and relaxed as he talked about taking down a bunch of guys with knives. I had to note that his arm was flexing subtly as he told the story proved how well he could handle himself. It was weird that he settled for being a club bouncer with a body like his. So you used to be a cop, huh? I mean, from the looks of you, I can definitely see it. The moment I said those words, he lowered his flexing arm and washed his fading grin away entirely with a gulp of his beer. He seemed like he'd seen a ghost. I suppose he did have his reasons then. Let's pretend I never brought that up, alright? Seriously, drop it, yeah, for me? Change the subject or follow up on it?
Change it.
Well, I'm gonna get his number anyway.
Change it.
Change it.
We're gonna be able to hear it some of the time, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, his dates apparently have the shooting range minigame, although I thought that was a Kobe thing. Anyway, so breakups I can imagine, but just how many orgies have you seen here? I smiled warmly as the color returned to his face bit by bit. A brief but noticeable nod as he composed himself. He clapped me on the back with a large hand. Once, twice, 3 times. He was a jackhammer of platitudes. I was likely to leave a bruise if he wasn't careful. More orgies than I think either of us could handle in a lifetime. I mean, this was like Roman levels. But seriously, I don't think I've had a proper casual conversation with someone here for a while. Thanks for that. I ain't exactly used to it. It was relaxing. I owe you. What, you aren't going to describe any of them? Who was there? Were you in one? Was Kobe in one? Was Seth in one? I feel like Dustin was leading one.
You're asking the wrong questions for someone.
Can I be in one?
Dylan, no.
It's a new minigame, the DLC.
New minigame, Dylan, and leading an orgy.
It's just titled Dylan.
The only DLC for the game is just titled Dylan. It's a new character. It's just me. It's just a picture of me.
It's just you, but like you're like you have voice acting. It's just that you're like it changes every line. It's a different person. It's a different line.
It's me doing a different voice every line.
Every line.
Zenith reached into his pocket and pulled out a small notepad and pen. He scribbled his number onto the pad and tore off the sheet, handing it over. I took it and Zenith finished his drink as I programmed it into my phone, pushing off from the bar when he was done. Give me a call sometime, you poofter. I need to unwind after tonight's shit show, and you're fun to be around. Going to head out now. But don't leave me hanging too long, eh? Sure thing, Zenith. Thanks. Well, it certainly was an encounter I wasn't going to forget anytime soon. I guess he was worth calling back. For now, the night was still young. Well, I'm obviously gonna keep his number. Oh yeah, that's all of them. Got all the boys. Boys are back in town. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Kill it with fire. Right now. Right now. Kill it.
Yeah, you're saying that because we're here, but if you weren't streaming.
It's true, that's a good point.
So we've done just about everything. But I'm going to turn it off now.
Alright.
And
I'm gonna go.
Although, I do have some memes real quick.
sure.
I got
So, okay, we're going into the meme segment of the video.
Okay, I'm gonna go now.
All right, sure. Unless you wanted to watch me play Halo Wars.
Alright.
No, you probably are bad at it.
No, I'm pretty good at it.
I'll see y'all later.
Okay, see ya.
Okay, let's
That's pretty good.
Oh, okay, bye-bye.
Konima! Konima!
Wait, I looked it up, hold on. May no ni. Wait, May yo ni.
Know you.
No, you. And then there's another one.
That's a good one. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, and that's it. That's all I made so far.
Alright. Sadist. No.
The other one with the Instagram one.
I'm sorry?
Did you see the video?
I have not looked at the video, no.
Click it. It's like
Alright, it's probably gonna be really loud.
a little bit.
Wait a minute. Why'd the odds one out post this?
No reason. I think he has another picture of him in a fairy thing.
Oh really? Who is that? Who is that?
Who?
The person in the in the zoot.
I actually think it is off.
It is what?
I actually think it is him.
Oh wow. Well then.
I can find another picture of him in a suit.
Okay, please do.
Okay, give me a sec. Gotta get my phone.
We can judge the zoot's quality.
I gotta scram to find this.
Oh, there you go. All right. I'm gonna.
Equally end stream.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. Good night, everybody. This has been. Wait, no, not back home. I don't want to go back home. I want to go. I want to leave. I want to leave. Quit game. Yes. Bye.